Hello and welcome to this new Sonic comic review. At first I must apologize at you. I told you I would make a review to the newest main Sonic the Hedgehog comic and I didn't. Sorry for that. But I wasn't able to do that with holidays, busy real life and more. So the newest Sonic comic review is coming tomorrow. But enough talked. Let's begin with the recap. In the last issue we learned that in the future is ruled by the city councils. Luckily Silver is there to help the innocent peoples with his telekinesis. As he's training, Professor von Schlemmer comes to him and explains that Silver can close the Genesis portal. After an action scene with a Genesis portal, Silver comes with Professor von Schlemmer to the science lab to see the councils. But we also learned that the councils are the evil guys. So what happens now to Professor von Schlemmer and Silver? Let's find out. The comic starts off with Professor von Schlemmer trying to explain the council guys his discovery that Silver can close the Genesis portals. As proof, he wants Silver to do his telekinesis, but Silver becomes stage fright and the professor stands there like an idiot. The professor wants Silver to follow him in his lab. By the way to the lab, Silver receives a message direct into his brain, which says that Silver has to return here tonight. The professor also explains that this wasn't the first time the council guys doesn't believe him. In the lab the two gets welcomed by the Bits, little artificial intelligence robots created by the professor. Next the professor shows Silver his inventions. Silver likes the inventions and they have a little fun with him. The fun is soon over as von Schlemmer shows Silver a Genesis portal in a tube. The professor explained the reason behind the portals, that with the end of the first Sonic and Mega Man crossovers Worlds Collide, the world has shattered into pieces and the Genesis portals are portals between dimensions and only Silver can close them. Silver thought about leaving the professor alone with his problems, but then he remembers the message from earlier and he has a plan. The plan is come back to this building in the evening. As Silver told the professor to shut up, he receives another message and the weird voice tells Silver to guide them. So he trusts the voice. The voice leads the two direct to a council member. So it turns out the voice was the council member. Oh, and the council member has a name. Gold the Tenrec. She wants to explain all to this to the professor and Silver, but the other council members followed her and brought 50 killer robots with them. Silver starts to fight against the robots but loses. 50 against 1 is a bit unfair. So the friends get captured. So here I wrap all things up because I know you want to know what happens when the machine gets turned on, but I'm an asshole. A good comic gets better, but let's start with the most interesting things. The Bits. They only talk in Binier's speech. I translated them to you. The bit on the cover says "Woo!" The bit in the lab at the beginning says "Hi!" And the bit who turns on the bigger maker machine says "Okay." Yeah, that was all things the bits have to say. And I found it cool that the binary speech bubbles of the bits actually make sense. It's a cool little detail. But the biggest new thing was the new character, Gold. She betrayed the council for some reason that don't get explained. and she's a Tenrec. A Tenrec looks like this. It's an animal who's native in Madagascar. But back to the comic. Gold is a character who we don't really know much about, so I'm excited to see how that turns out. The story in general is even more awesome, and I think everyone who liked the last issue so much that I do buys this one too. I can't really say anything about it, it's just awesome. They can still make the whole story bad, and if you know the end of the comic, my doubt is righteous. So I hope they don't screw the next one up, but all in all, I give this issue a 6 out of 7. It's still a must buy. So I can end everything here, and just I liked said it before, I like to see us tomorrow again with the new, or lost in quotes, Sonic the Hedgehog comic review number 267. So till then, I wish you a fantastic day and bye. I mean 76. Sorry. Now bye. Bye. You are still here. I like you. You are still here. Sorry for that. Now I make a little announcement. Yeah. The next Sonic comic review it was shot in my holidays, where I was in Germany, Bayern. I don't know the English word for that now, but yeah, I was there and I shot it in my holidays. And my second is a new format, new show I want to make, and it has something to do with this here, a GBA cartridge. Yeah, it's Sonic Advance. I think it's Sonic Advance, but it has nothing to do with Sonic. It's something completely different. So stay tuned. I have a lot of other cartridges here, just for show. Mega Man. So now really, bye.